Hello, you're watching NewsX with me, Riya Dwivedi. Now let's take a look at the top story of the hour. Vanuatu Prime Minister Jotham Napat has directed the Citizenship Commission to cancel the passport issued to former Indian Premier League founder Lalit Modi. This comes days after Lalit Modi filed an application with the Indian High Commission in London to surrender his Indian passport after reportedly taking up Vanuatu's citizenship. Lalit Modi left India in 2010 and is learned to have been living in London. The former IPL chief is wanted by Indian law enforcement agencies in connection with allegation that he was involved in embezzlement of crores of rupees during his stint as the top boss of the IPL. But before we get into that, I'd like to show you what exactly is that order by the Vanuatu Prime Minister, and this is the order by him. And he has ordered the cancellation of Lalit Modi's passport, and he has directed the Citizenship Commission to cancel Vanuatu passport issued to Lalit Modi following recent revelation in international media. And he has said, and I quote, "I have instructed the Citizenship Commission to immediately begin proceeding to cancel Mr. Modi's Vanuatu passport, while all standard background checks including Interpol screenings conducted during his application showed no criminal convictions. I have been made aware in the past 24 hours that Interpol twice rejected Indian authorities' request to issue an alert notice on Mr. Modi due to lack of substantive judicial evidence. Any such alert would have triggered an automatic rejection of Mr. Modi's citizenship application." That is what the Prime Minister Napat has said, and I unquote. The Prime Minister emphasized that holding a Vanuatu passport is a privilege, not a right, and applicants must seek citizenship for legitimate reasons. And I quote, "None of those legitimate reasons, including attempting to avoid extradition, which the recent facts brought to light clearly indicate was Mr. Modi's intention." And I unquote, which is what the Prime Minister of Vanuatu has said. And the government of Vanuatu has significantly strengthened the due diligence aspect of his citizenship by investment program over the past 4 years, resulting in a marked increase in applications failing the enhanced scrutiny undertaken by Vanuatu Financial Intelligence Unit. The improved process implemented several years ago includes triple agency checks, including Interpol verification. So that's the order that I was talking about, that Prime Minister of Vanuatu has ordered cancellation of Lalit Modi's passport after learning about his criminal background and the judicial proceedings that have been going on in India. And he has also said that he did not exactly know they didn't know about what exactly is going on and the background that he comes from. Meanwhile, viewers, I have with me my colleague Aditya Vadwan joining us on the telecast. Aditya, now we've seen that Vanuatu has taken a back foot in terms of the citizenship that they were set to provide to Lalit Modi after learning that he has a criminal background in India and there are proceedings going on against him. Aditya, I think you should unmute yourself. You're on mute right now.
Modi was outside India, had escaped from India in 2010, and it was the law enforcement agencies were issuing show cause notices related to Lalit Modi. It is a very common practice. All the fugitives, economic fugitives or other criminals, who escape India, take asylum in London, and that in this case also, and that had happened because many times the Indian government tried to bring back Lalit Modi to face the justice here, but he could not be brought to back to India, and it is a very significant development that Vanuatu has cancelled the citizenship of Lalit Modi, and it can be thought as a step to bring Lalit Modi to justice. He has been accused of bettings in IPL in the past, and now it needs to be seen from here on how will the British authorities cooperate with the Indian government, to bring him to extradite him back to India. Yes, Riya.
We also have with us Sharat Kohli, senior economist, joining us on the telecast. Sharat Kohli, now we have seen before that we saw that Lalit Modi was trying his last bid in trying to escape this extradition request by India. And now that Prime Minister of Vanuatu has cancelled his passport request, what exactly is the next course of action in terms of the extradition request that India has applied for?
Good morning, Pia. Good morning to the viewers of NewsX. I think Lalit Modi probably made out that his days in the UK are going to be numbered now, and eventually he's going to be extradited. The process is maybe lengthy. The process may take time. He may be able to give one after the other excuses and go for court proceedings, but eventually he knows that he would be extradited. So he found out this way of taking Vanuatu passport, which is very easy. You get a single person passport, can be held as less as $140,000. Even a family the whole family of 4 people can go for under $200,000. I mean, we should not forget, for the people who've forgotten what Lalit Modi has been accused of. He's been accused on multiple grounds. There are financial irregularities, taking kickbacks when he was the IPL commissioner. He was also accused of conflict of interest, when he had an interest in Rajasthan Royals, and while being IPL commissioner, he was probably giving some favors to the team. Then let's not forget the match fixing allegations which he had when he was the IPL commissioner. It was very sad that somebody holding that position had been accused of match fixing allegations. Of course, tax evasion, money laundering, they came along with these allegations, and of course there were FEMA, foreign exchange violations as well. So he's been accused on multiple grounds, and he's a fugitive, no doubt, like Vijay Mallya and Nirav Modi. These are the people who take United Kingdom as their resort. I'm sorry to say this, but I call United Kingdom as the Guatemala of Europe. You just put the fugitives there, and they can probably never get out. But I hope justice would prevail, and the UK courts would finally extradite him. Now that his Vanuatu escape route has been closed, I'm sure his days in the UK are numbered, because it's been a number of years. I mean, it takes so long in the UK for people to be extradited that, people tend to forget what was this person accused of. Of course, somebody like Vijay Mallya, you'll always remember. But some of the fugitives, one tends to forget what were they accused of. So it was important for me to help the viewers recollect as to what were the allegations. But then, yes, I think it's a step in the right direction. I appreciate the stance taken by Vanuatu president when he came to know. Although I do feel here that a background check of the person applying for the passport should be done before. This looks like an afterthought. He was granted the passport. Now his passport is being cancelled. I personally feel the right way to grant passport for a country to somebody should be that the background check should be done much before, if that person is having any criminal proceedings against him. But then anyway, better late than never. So Mr. Lalit Modi is back in the UK, where he should start packing his bags for India sooner than later, Pia.
Sharat Kohli, in terms of the fact that we have seen, I earlier was talking about his order, in which he has talked about the fact that the Interpol has twice rejected Indian authorities' request to issue an alert notice on Modi due to lack of substantive judicial evidence. So, any such alert would have triggered an automatic rejection on Lalit Modi's citizenship application. Why do you think Interpol is rejecting Indian authorities' request to issue an alert?
Interpol is, for the people who don't know, it's international police, and Interpol is not in control of the Indian regulatory authorities, Indian enforcement agencies. And the places from where Interpol is controlled, there are anti-India interests flourishing in that. So anything coming from India, it will not be supported, although it's duty of the Interpol to see that if a country is making a specific request under substantial grounds, it should issue a red corner notice, a red alert, of the person trying to escape or travel to anywhere in the world. It's unfortunate that Interpol is biased. If this was a notice coming from the UK, this was a notice coming from the US, or from one of the developed countries in Europe, it would have been immediately issued. It's very sad. I see a vested interest of people who run Interpol, people who regulate Interpol, people who make Interpol function. And I would advise international agencies that India would never issue an alert notice against somebody who's not accused. These are probably they felt this was politically motivated and so on and so forth, which is not the case. Only a genuine fugitive will see an Interpol alert request being made by Indian authorities, and I feel it should be honored like it is honored if it is issued from any developed country. Yeah.
We also have with us Madhav.